Welcome to this lesson. Knowing what to do and how to do it is not enough. You must also know the values that govern your decisions. The PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct is not a soft topic. On the PMP exam, it is the rulebook. Many exam questions are ethical dilemmas, and the correct answer depends entirely on your adherence to this code. We're going to break it down pillar by pillar so that when you face those scenarios, you know exactly what the right answer looks like. Let's get into it. Let's start with why this code exists. The purpose is to instill confidence in the project management profession and to help practitioners become better by establishing a shared understanding of appropriate behavior. Now, who must follow it? 4 groups: PMI members, certification holders including PMP and CAPM, applicants who have commenced a certification process, and PMI volunteers. Here's the part that matters right now. You are an applicant. That means the code applies to you today, not when you pass the exam. Today. The code is built on 4 core values. Let's take them one at a time. The first pillar: responsibility. Responsibility means ownership, not just for the decisions you make, but for the decisions you fail to make, and the consequences of both. This goes beyond your project. It includes your impact on society, public safety, and the environment. Now here's what's new in the 2026 update. The code explicitly addresses AI and technology. If you deploy an AI tool on your project, you are responsible for its ethical use and its impact, not the vendor, not the software. You. This is new, and it will appear on the exam. The second pillar: respect. Respect means high regard for yourself, for others, and for the resources in your care. This pillar drives a significant portion of the people domain questions on the exam. 3 things to keep in mind. First, diversity and inclusion. Educate yourself on the norms and practices of those you work with. Don't assume your culture is the default. Second, resources. Treat physical assets, budgets, and team time as if they were your own. Third, conflict. When conflict arises, the code is clear. Go directly to the person involved. Not to their manager, not around them. Directly to them. That direct approach is almost always the correct answer on the exam. The third pillar: fairness. Fairness means impartiality and objectivity in every decision you make. The most heavily tested topic under fairness is conflict of interest. Here is the exam rule. If you have a real or potential conflict of interest, disclose it proactively, fully, to all relevant stakeholders. And then, this is critical, you must refrain from making any decisions until you have an approved mitigation plan. Not partially step back. Not disclose it quietly and hope nobody notices. Fully disclose, then stand aside until the conflict is properly managed. On the exam, any answer that allows you to keep deciding while conflicted is wrong. The fourth and final pillar: honesty. Honesty means understanding the truth and acting in a truthful manner in both your communications and your conduct. 2 things to remember. What you must do: provide accurate information in a timely manner. If something goes wrong on the project, report it immediately. What you must never do: deceive. And deception under this code is broader than outright lying. It includes stating half-truths. It includes omitting context that would change the picture. If you technically told the truth, but left out the part that changes everything, that is still a violation of the code. 4 pillars. 1 standard. Own your decisions. Respect everyone. Be fair. Be honest. The code distinguishes between 2 types of conduct. Aspirational standards are the ideals. These describe what the best practitioners strive for. They set a direction, a North Star. Mandatory standards are the floor. They are not ideals. They are requirements. They describe specific behaviors that are either required or prohibited. The exam distinction matters. Aspirational violations are not punishable. You're human. Falling short of an ideal isn't a disciplinary offense. Mandatory violations are different. Breaking a mandatory standard can result in formal disciplinary action by PMI. That could mean suspension or revocation of your certification. Know the difference. And when in doubt on the exam, if an answer requires you to violate a mandatory standard, it is always wrong. On exam day, you'll face scenarios where the project is behind schedule, the sponsor is pressuring you, or a stakeholder relationship is at risk. And you'll be tempted to select the answer that saves the project or pleases the boss. Resist that temptation. Every answer must pass through the ethical filter first. If the answer requires hiding bad news, eliminate it. Honesty demands immediate reporting. If the answer lets you ignore a conflict of interest, eliminate it. Fairness requires disclosure first. If the answer dismisses cultural differences, eliminate it. Respect demands inclusion. If the answer deploys an AI tool without oversight, eliminate it. Responsibility requires ethical deployment. The code is your filter. Apply it before anything else. Let me give you the fast test for ethical questions on the exam. 4 elimination rules. 1. If the answer involves hiding information, eliminate it. 2. If the answer involves shifting blame onto others, eliminate it. 3. If the answer bypasses a conflict of interest, eliminate it. 4. If the answer uses technology without ethical oversight, eliminate it. These aren't tricks. They are direct applications of the 4 pillars. And here's the practical truth about the exam. When you're stuck between 2 answers, the one that feels a little uncomfortable, the one that requires you to have a difficult conversation, disclose something awkward, or slow down to do it right, that is almost always the correct answer. The code doesn't make your job easier. It makes your decisions clearer. Let's bring it all together. The Code of Ethics is not background reading. It is active guidance for every project decision you make, and it applies to you right now. 4 pillars: responsibility, own your decisions and their consequences; respect, high regard for everyone and everything in your care; fairness, impartiality, and full disclosure of any conflict; honesty, truth in all communications with no omissions. The 2026 update adds one critical extension. AI and technology are now explicitly your ethical responsibility. And on the exam, use the code as your filter. If an answer requires hiding, blaming, bypassing, or avoiding, it is wrong. That's it for this lesson. See you in the next one.